There are a lot of thrilling activities that harness the wind. But the classic, the oldest of them all, is sailing. The wind at your face, riding the waves, what a rush. The Apostle Islands National Lakeshore near Bayfield, Wisconsin is on the south shore of Lake Superior. This small harbor town has a quaint village feel amongst its streets and small shops. Bayfield is the launch point to these islands, which offer some of the best sailing on the Great Lakes.
Raising the main. Sailing's been something I've been doing all my life. It's something I love. You know, you leave land and you leave all your troubles behind, and it's just you and Mother Nature. You can turn up into the wind a bit, Paul. There's that arrow on top of the mast, which always points into the wind. This is the main sheet, which goes on this, which controls this line.
And what do I want it? Just 90 degrees?
You want it centered, basically.
Centered, okay.
The telltales are little yarns on the sail that tell you how the sail is trimmed.
So the wind's affecting both sides of this sail, and you want them
the wind
about the same?
Yep, you want the wind going across both sides of the sail. So, are you familiar with the Bernoulli principle?
Suddenly I realized our voyage was an educational field trip. Learning principles of sailing, much like those of flying, and attributing those principles directly to science.
These are two airfoils.
Okay.
So, what allows us to go upwind when we're sailing is the airfoil principle. We've got air moving around both sides of the sail. One side of the sail is moving faster, creating less pressure, thus creating lift pressure that way.
And that kind of pulls us along?
Yep, and then we've got an opposing force underneath. We've got a foil underneath the boat. The keel is in a foil shape, and that has opposing pressure, and those two opposing pressures push us forward.
Let's put that principle in action. Apply some lift and get this boat a-planin'.
We got to have enough speed to get through the eye of the wind. Okay. So let's just keep
What's the eye of the wind?
Well, just the...
Oh, I see. Otherwise, we'll just die instead of momentum pulling you through to the other side.
You got to be paying attention to a lot of things all the time. You know, you've got the wind, you got the water, you got the sails, you got the boat. It's a lot of things to keep track of. You got to know where you're going. You got to know what's underneath the water, too. The closer we are to the wind, the tighter our sails.
The challenges of harnessing the energy of the wind to propel you on a journey is incredibly satisfying. But sailing in an area of such rich beauty and diverse opportunities is a welcome distraction.
In the Apostle Islands here, we've got quite an array of possibilities and things to show here. You know, there's the natural environment, there's sailing, there's the water, the beaches, the islands, and then the historical aspects of the islands. So there's a good variety of things to do out there. It can fill up your time real quick.
Another dimension to exploring the Apostles by sailboat is the freedom to row ashore and discover on foot what the islands may offer.
So they walk up like a spiral staircase or something in this to get to the top?
Yeah, they pre-manufactured these things somewhere out east. Here's some blueberries.
There you go. Sweetness from Mother Nature. Wow, that's not that far.
The Apostle Islands are a unique and distinctive archipelago, oftentimes referred to as the Caribbean of the North. By boat, they are a sailor's delight.
The islands are really nice here because they protect you from the open lake. We don't have constant swells like you do in the rest of Lake Superior. Can be really calm and give you the feeling like you're inland, but you still have that edge of being part of Lake Superior. People think of Lake Superior as being rough and cold, but out here in the islands protect us. They hold warm water in here, and people are shocked that we swim, and we swim every day from early July through the end of August.
Diving, swimming, exploring, and sailing. We could do as we wanted. Captain Andrew gave us full control. The main thing for us was we made our voyage a hands-on learning adventure,
that's what's neat about this trip. We were able to be participatory and help raise the sails and man the helm, things of that nature. And that's kind of that gives you kind of a rush. You can feel it in your hands, you can feel it in your body, you can feel it right throughout you as you start to creep up from 2 to 3 to 4, and you just want to go another 10th, knock faster. And then the boat starts to bend over on its side a little more angle, and you pick up a little more speed and a little more wind, and it's a thrill ride.
It's a learning experience out here too, in addition to just standing here doing this. Like we learned this morning from our captain on the calm spots in the water, picking out where the wind or where the breeze is, to open up these sails to go even faster. We were at 5'6", 5'7", and that was a thrill. That was great.
One of the magic things about sailing is you change a couple little subtle things, you get a feel for the boat, and all of a sudden you just start leaning over and you start moving, and it's just like magic. It's like somebody threw a switch on and the boat starts to work. And so it's really fun to be able to teach people, to be able to show people what that feels like, and to teach them that. And it's so much more fun to go out and learn something and to actually do it than to sit there and watch somebody else.
It's a thrill squeezing as much energy out of a craft, feeling every bit of performance changing around you, whether it's having a hold of the wheel, feeling the slightly greater list of the boat, or the tension of the sails. Sailing is a tactile experience, rather a sensational experience. What a thrill!
For more information on Life to the Max, go to our website at lifetothemax.tv.